Previously on DrakeParagon.
Just be seating this thing because it's been leaking.
Tying up the sleeve for the sail.
Water intrusion pretty bad. RibAdventureTours.com. I hate sailing in the rain. Radar. Don't go to Greenland without it. Alright, this is gonna be fun. So raise it a bit, and if you could just like guide it forward for starters. And I'll lower it once you got it kind of as much over there as you can get it. So you see where it goes. It's got to rest in that cradle. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh shit! Hold on. If you give me that halyard.
That was quick. Mind your toes.
Right. Whoop.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm gonna lower it. You ready? Cool.
Awesome.
Alright, that's it. We're good to go. You ready? I'll get the dinghy. Hey. Perfect. There we go. Trash. Wanna grab the painter?
Oh, that might help. We're not going anywhere.
Were you there recently? I don't even remember where it was, but like it started rowing and the stern painter on the dinghy was still tied to the dock. And I was like, why aren't we moving? All right, wet ass. There we go. Thank you. It looks like we've got rainy days in the forecast for the next several days. So maybe when that ends, we'll have another several days of sun and good weather, hopefully.
Great. Even just for drying clothes.
Yeah, oh, I'm thinking we can push off for Nova Scotia in the nicer weather. Let's go.
Not good. I too will hopefully row this well someday.
Oh my god.
And I'll just put a little bandage on it. And it'll be fine.
When did it start?
I was sore maybe a day or two ago. It was a splinter. And it just got really red. And then I just drained it. So it's red. It's fine. So when we get back to the boat, I'll clean it up.
Monitor that closely. If it becomes severely infected while we're underway for Greenland, that's gonna really, suck for you.
But I think it'll be okay.
You're the medical officer.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like 1/8 of an inch is
Too much.
literally make or break anything.
Yeah, even in rough stuff. I mean, the rudder's so overbuilt. But I'll talk to Bud Taplin.
So who is he exactly?
He's a former general manager of Westsail.
Oh,
After Westsail closed, he started a new company and he sells parts for Westsails.
oh, I'll be doing
Yeah, the Westsail fleet is really in his debt for advice and parts. Cool. And we're off.
All right.
All right, Paul.
Safe, man.
See you soon, Paul.
See you, Paul.
Just wait. Got it.
Try to push it over as I lower it. Be back in a few years. Get to Gloucester tonight. Get groceries and fuel filters tomorrow. Maybe push off as early as the next day for Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. 5 days at sea, we estimate. Oh no! It's not locking. It doesn't lock, then I don't think it has a very good seal. Why isn't it locking? Well, that's a great way to start the trip.
Add that something break off inside.
Yeah, off of this thing, a little thing that locks it in place. Replacing this cable will be a bitch.
Which bit broke off?
Just inside this thing, there's a little piece of plastic that locked it in.
What, a little bit of sealant around the outside of the gasket and just, would that work?
Or a self-amalgamating tape all around the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'll order another cable. I thought those tugs were at anchor. I only saw the one from behind and I saw the line going down into the water. We're in 30 feet of water and they were just outside of the channel. In actuality, the one in front is towing the one behind and that line wasn't an anchor line, it was a tow line. Good thing I didn't try to go between them. Or else this would have been a really short trip.
The mental institution over there.
Yeah, Long Island. Shutter Island. It's interesting, I have 2 blips on the radar, and one of them is also an AIS target.
Yeah.
That's the boat that's towing. The other one isn't on AIS, but he's definitely showing up on radar very clearly. Radar. Don't go to Greenland without it.
Some difference from when we came in.
Yeah! And yesterday, man, yesterday would have been a wild day to sail with gusts up to 40 knots.
I'm glad we didn't sail.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine if you're sailing around Boston Harbour and you can just go back in. You're going 6 hours up to Gloucester. It's nice to be able to pull in.
I hope we do get some wind, you know, enough to raise sail.
Yeah. Did you enjoy your trip to Boston?
Yeah, it was everything I wanted it to be and more. Got to see my old home. But soon we will be going to places new to all of us. You won't hear me reminiscing about the old days in Boston everywhere we walk. What was your favorite thing, you think, that you did or saw? Or
Well, I'd say one of my favourite things was when we came back to the boat after, I think it was the long day of walking. And we just sat in the cabin and looked out at the city and just had a whiskey. I think that was probably my favourite thing about the whole trip.
Wow.
I liked the Constitution Museum. That was really good. And I know it's odd, but having Starbucks on Boylston Street,
Really?
it really felt like I was living in the city. It didn't feel like I was like being a tourist. That's cool.
The fog has really started to move in. we're looking at, I think, about a mile of visibility. There's a buoy I can barely make out over there. Hope the fog doesn't get worse. There's nothing in the forecast about fog, just thunderstorms.
Practicing our fog navigation.
Hi!
Coming up on our waypoint there.
Hi! I'll set a new one. We gotta watch out for this, because it's 4 feet underneath there.
God damn it.
Alright, so everything on that course line looked good.
Keep an eye, because there's little crab pots around here.
Yeah. Good?
So good.
Awesome. Wait. Hey there.
Apparently there are 2 places in Lunenburg where we go. It's called a reporting site, and you call this number. It's manned 24 hours a day, so it doesn't matter when you get in. And then they'll give you a report number, which they say to display dockside. I don't know if we're going to be anchored or in a marina. And then they may or may not come out.
Yep.
So it's pretty easy. You just have to have like the ship's documentation and our documentation.
Yep.
And then, yeah, they said they...
And then we raise our Canadian flag! Go for a little walk around the boat. Really calm seas and very little wind. It's kind of bizarre because the forecast was for winds out of the southwest. So we're supposed to have winds coming from astern, but we're not.
Bearing of 85 degrees to the big ship on our starboard side.
Is he showing up on radar?
Didn't pick him up on radar, but he's on an AIS. So it's called Formosa 16. Is the name of the ship.
See his speed and closest point of approach. If you bring the cursor directly over him,
Yeah.
and then it'll pop something up after you. There you go. Closest point of approach is 1.5 nautical miles. And the time to the closest point of approach is 29 minutes. So in half an hour, we'll be a mile and a half away from him, and that'll be the closest we get to him as long as neither of us changes course and speed. It's a beautiful day. Turned out being a beautiful day. It was crappy when we left. Not enough wind to sail. May end up being entirely a motor trip. We had some really dense fog. All eyeballs were on the horizon and on the radar and the chart plotter. Now the sun's come up and the fog's burned off. We'll probably be in Gloucester in a few hours. Not bad. Motor trip, 6 knots. What happened to your finger? Oh, yeah.
This is the one that I drained. So
You put duct tape on it? Why not a band-aid?
I did. There's a band-aid underneath it.
Oh yeah.
But instead of buying really expensive waterproof plasters,
Yeah.
sometimes the best thing to do is put like a wrap of duct tape around it.
Really?
Just means it kind of gives it extra protection as well, so it doesn't catch. It's lovely and warm in here.
Yeah, I know. It's nice and warm in here.
Like I took my jacket off when it stopped raining because, like, you can see that there's steam on the inside of the.
Yeah. Do you want some coffee or tea or anything?
Or a cup of tea.
Thermos? Yeah.
Cup of tea. I'll make it if you like.
Wow, I'll make it. Sure. Your coffee at the helm? No coffee at the helm.
I didn't see this before, but leave the cursor on top of it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It comes up with, like, a lot more information.
Nav status underway using engine. That's amazing.
Yeah. I wonder if that's automatic for them, like when they run their engine, their AIS transmission automatically says that they're running the engine, or if they need to key it in on a keyboard, or however that works. I'll make you some tea. Milk and sugar, eh? Yeah. This is our filtered water faucet. It's awesome. I just changed the filter, and I think the filters are good for 6 months, or maybe it's a year. Dramatically changes the taste of the water that we get from the Marina City Water hose. Tea kettle will whistle when it's done. Down here, we keep the thermoses and water bottles. And the espresso maker. This is my thermos. This is Ina's thermos. Hey Mo. We only have 2 thermoses aboard, eh? One's mine, one is yours. Do we have another one? Like, Ina doesn't have one, does he? Or we don't have another one for Ina, do we?
Not yet, but I can use my crew cup for now.
Your crew cup? Well, shit, we gotta get another thermos. Yeah, that's it. Boy, I really wish we had a gimbal countertop like Eric Forsyth has on his boat. Instead, like in rough seas, we couldn't do this. But we're not in rough seas. Gotta be really careful at sea with hot water. One little wave, scalding hot water goes over your legs, then you're screwed. Tea will be ready in about a minute. So what's the latest of what you've been reading?
So apparently there are mosquitoes and black flies in abundance. Like, it's capitalized.
Where? In Newfoundland.
We're also going there for the worst time for fog. The fogs are often accompanied by strong winds. Normally winds can be expected to disperse fog, but here the fog is frequently so dense and widespread, the winds have little clearing effect. The resulting conditions can be hazardous for small boats, especially when icebergs are present. The waters off of the Avalon Peninsula over the Grand Banks are the foggiest in the world.
Period.
Period.
Cool, let's go there. Pushed off at 10, it's now 1:30. 3.5 hours underway so far. We estimated 6 hours when we pushed off, and it looks like we're going to make that, so we'll be there in 2.5 hours. 15 feet. Back in Gloucester.
So happy with that.
15 feet under the keel, so plus the draft of 6 is 21. Scope of 5 is
100.
105. That's 75. The question is, if the winds come out of there and we swing that way, will we cross the line between that buoy and that?
I don't think so.
Down over there. 100 feet from here to that line?
No.
I'm guessing 202 feet. Okay, but if you hold down the roto key and keep it pressed, then scroll down to ruler. Yep. And now you bring the cursor out there and it tells you exactly.
199.
Yeah. So that's fine. I mean, we've only got 80 feet of chain out, so couldn't possibly swing that far.
Good. What's the worst that could happen?
That's my line. We do the test in reverse. Chain stretches out. I love this rocker anchor, man. Come back to Gloucester.
Cool, that's a cool anchor.
Thanks.
For what?
For driving all the way here.
Both did most of the way. I just avoided the crab pots.
Jeff's gonna be back home from work at 4:30, so we can take his car. don't know how we're gonna fit all of this stuff. Who put the lasagna noodles with the rotini? Rotini. What else we got? Jesus, we have 9 gallons of brown rice. I need this container for something else. I am mixing the rotini with the penne.
You ever seen that program Hoarders?
Trying to figure out how to store about 100 gallons of dried goods and about 500 cans. We don't have time to get this perfect. We're just gonna wing it. Just whatever anybody does, don't buy any more brown rice. I'm afraid that this whole shopping trip is just going to be one snafu because we're going to buy a ton of food and then we're going to bring it back to the boat and there's just not enough space. So we're going to have
There
to...
is. All of that stuff just fit in there. We have extra space in the 2 lockers over here. We have an empty drawer over there. We have this
filming this?
in that locker underneath there, along the sides where you have the 3. We have space this long, this wide, and this long, and this deep, all along the side of there. We have tons of space.
Yeah, we're going to go get all that food and bring it back here and it's just going to be like, oh, put this here, put that there, be all very organized.
You are the least optimistic person I know.
It's just not my first rodeo.
Then stop acting like it is.
Oh, wow, how dare you say that?
One, two.
Great.
I'll push it out. Okay.
You got it?
And 2. There you go.
Hey. Alright, that's it. Ready to go to Joff's? Ready to go shopping? Can I have my sweatshirt back?
Let's do this.
It's very comfortable. My new sweatshirt. Courtesy of Drake.
Wait, when is the worst fog? Oh, it's now. Let's go now.
Radar.
You know, it's only 900 miles to there from here.
Really? Be there in a week. We will be there. Soon.